day, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon WTF Moments, the series where we look at Pokemon and we just go, this is rubbish. It's all a bit of fun, it's all in jest, it's not supposed to be taken seriously. I know some of you take it super seriously for some reason, and you like to go through each individual point that I make and explain to me, either in canon or IRL, why a certain thing is done a certain way, and like, I get that you want to do that, but that's not really the point of the series. But I mean, keep doing it, because comments are fantastic for the algorithm. I'm just saying, maybe just have fun. Of course, if you like this series and you're ready for more, hit that like button. Let's go for 1,000 on this video if we can. I know you can do it. I'm not really in control of it, so just do it, yeah? And of course, hit subscribe if you're new so you never miss an episode. And share it with a friend, because that helps as well. So without further ado, let's take a look at all the WTF moments for Pokemon Season 1, Episode 12. Here comes the Squirtle Squad. The narrator starts off by telling us you'll remember in a previous Pokemon adventure, our hero, and let me stop you there, mate. Don't tell me what I can or can't remember. I'll have you know I'm a 31-year-old man, which means that quite often I can barely remember what I had for dinner last night. In fact, more often than not, I will walk upstairs and upon reaching the top of the stairs, I will forget why I climbed the stairs in the first place. Don't expect me to remember what happened in a previous Pokemon adventure. Although in this case, he was showing us literally the episode before last, so I do remember, but that's not the point, is it?
Oh no, here comes the clip where Chara 5, 7 Cents, and Doggen had to point out that narration is a bad thing. Seriously, mates, stop doing that. Narration is a thing to, well, pointing us that what happened in the last video or film. Seriously, narration is not a sin nor a TF moment. It is there to remind us what happened, or even give us the information, right? Seriously, why anyone always do that? Ugh. If I found another one YouTuber who point things out that the narration is a bad thing, I go berserk. But what about not gonna say that.
Another problem with the narrator in today's episode, after recapping Bulbasaur and Charmander's capture, he says that Ash is skipping down the road singing our favourite theme. Excuse me, but my favourite theme is not da 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 da. That's not my favourite theme. My favourite theme is this.
Well, some people always have to go with a different type of song, especially Sonic Unleashed, where the theme, Endless Possibility, is a famous one, but also the theme on at the opening start option, well, it's pretty neat.
The trio falls into a pitfall trap and Brock says this has to be a prank. Mate, judging by this scene, that hole has to be about 20 feet deep. Who digs a 20-foot hole for a prank? Brock, mate, get some new friends.
Maybe Brock encountered people who do pranks on him. Seriously, we don't see him on screen, but the way he said, it does sound like he encountered those who prank him.
Speaking as a former dispensing optician who was registered with both the General Optical Council and the Association of British Dispensing Opticians, I can confirm that this group of Squirtle are a fantastic example of how the shape of your spectacle frames can massively clash with your overall face shape. Like, look how fat the faces of the other Squirtle look with those round sunglasses.
Yeah, it's off, but who cares what its size is? It's who had a cool shades, right? I mean, we do see Kakarot had his shades like this, meaning that they had stole a shades from Pokemon. Even that all found on the ground somewhere.
One of the henchmen, Squirtle, throws itself in front of its leader to take Pikachu's Thunderbolt, but it only hits that Squirtle and not all of the other Squirtle? Whatever happened to Pikachu's Thunderbolt hitting literally every single enemy that's in the vicinity? Ash isn't a hacker? Confirm?
Dude, Ash tell Pikachu use Thunderbolt, not Thunder Shock, which they are different. Why? Because of their name. You know, Thunder Shock as in shock range, and the Thunderbolt as in a bolt range.
After Pikachu and the lead Squirtle have an Old West style standoff, which by the way, very laugh, such funny.
Muchas comedias.
You know, I'm about to remove a sin for admit that it's pretty cool. That was until you do the Spanish, which Texans are not that. They are not Mexicans nor Spain. They are part of America.
You're fired.
The Squirtle hear police sirens and run away. And I just find it weird that they're scared of the police but not of the Pikachu that just zapped their mate into the next life.
Actually, that Squirtle with the triangle shades wanted to get even at Pikachu for electrocute his team number. Seriously, you never seen the team numbers actually do that, mate? Seriously? Ugh. Second of all, I think that Squirtles don't want to be captured by Nurse Joy, who must have some grass or electric type Pokemon that, well, maybe more powerful than them.
Officer Jenny turns up out of nowhere to the location where Ash and the gang encountered the group of Squirtle, but how did she even know anything was going on? Like, who was around to tip her off?
Maybe Officer Jenny may have some goggles that, you know, seeing what happens might. Seriously. Anyone had goggles to know what's going on from far away, mate. Seriously.
I was going to comment on how stale the whole ha ha ha, Officer Jenny all look the same and therefore Ash thinks he recognized her gag is getting, but then I realized something else. How awkward and inconvenient must it be for all the Officer Jennys to have to wear like a short skirt as part of their police uniform when they're expected to ride around on motorbikes? Mounting and dismounting their motorbikes without showing their underwear to people nearby must be a real skill. But then again, why am I even surprised that a woman's wearing something so impractical for her line of work? This is a Japanese cartoon.
Actually, Liam, I think you'll find Pokemon's not a cartoon. It's
A cartoon? Yeah, I know. Go on. Write your comment.
Wait. What? You actually knew it's a cartoon? Which had some tomb physics moment, mate? What the fuck?
Apparently, the Squirtle Squad, as they're known, were deserted by their trainers and as a result run wild and pull pranks on the whole town. I'll be honest, them being abandoned by their trainers doesn't really explain why they pull pranks on the town. Like, I understand that you could argue that maybe they want to get back at humans, but why practical jokes and not, like, physical violence?
Because, Liam, it's a kid's show.
Yeah, wait till episode 18 and tell me this is a kid's show.
Well, in season 16... we do see that is still doing that. So that doesn't stop them from abandoning their Pokemon, mate.
Direct quote from James. I'm sick of pizza for every meal. Could not be me.
Yeah, and hope that Chica doesn't know about what James just said. Wait, what you said? Not new number 5 thread. Oh, sorry.
Direct quote from Jesse. Am I the only one who thinks that world domination is more important than what's for lunch? Well, yeah, since your goal is to catch rare Pokemon and make money, not to take over the world.
Now, once again, what is Team Rocket's #1 goal?
Sir, our goal is to capture powerful Pokemon.
Pokemon that are powerful and rare.
And to use them to take over the world.
Very good.
That clip was from season 14, episode 1, mate. So, yeah, they are doing take over the world thing, mate. Seriously, do you have something against black and white? Oh, right, people hate it. Well, I still defend it.
Jessie's stomach rumbles, but it sounds more like she lets out an accidental rumbly shark.
What? You never encountered someone who had that type of stomach sound, mate?
So either the Squirtle Squad dug this hole really quietly behind Team Rocket, or they got really lucky with Team Rocket approaching their hiding spot from the other side of where the hole was. Either way, nice job on the trap, lad.
Finally, something interesting.
Oh, that's a tasty looking rice ball. There's absolutely no way they'll get the name of this food wrong in the dub. Direct quote from Jessie. Oh no, they're eating all the jelly donuts and eclairs. That's weird, because we haven't actually seen Squirtle eating any jelly donuts or any eclairs. There's a comment I'm expecting in reference to the 2 points I just made about the use of jelly donut in the English dub. If you spot it, just reply to it with, here it is, Liam.
See Anime America about this.
Team Rocket try and strike up a deal with the Squirtle Squad, but Meowth tells James, they'll never trust you. You've got liar written all over you. Actually, that's just a big R, dude.
Either way, it was a joke, you
One of the Squirtle attacks Ash, Misty, and Brock, and in response, Pikachu uses Thunderbolt, but it doesn't hit the Squirtle in the water, it hits Ash, Misty, and Brock. Brock explains this by saying wet clothes conduct electricity. What, and suddenly water doesn't?
Squirtle.
I'm soaked. Me too.
Pikachu!
Wet clothes conduct electricity.
Liam, if you pay attention, Pikachu didn't use Thunderbolt, he used Thunder Shock, which, last time I numbered, he used that as intimidation, mate. Seriously, mate, what the heck?
Direct quote from Ash. Pikachu, it's out of the water now. Yeah, but surely your clothes haven't dried yet, so you're gonna get shocked again.
Do you see any water texture on their clothes? Exactly.
Pikachu gets annihilated by Rapid Spin, which is ridiculous because it's only 20 base power at this point. That and the fact that Rapid Spin won't be introduced until Gen 2, so does that mean this Squirtle smacked Pikachu into the next generation?
Okay, that joke is actually land. You get the cinema move. For now.
Swiggity swooty, Goldine's coming for that booty.
Goldeen attacks Pikachu simply for existing. Wow, it's like Goldine's some ugly dude with no personality or concept of how to be entertaining, and Pikachu's a girl streamer.
What the fuck is that?
Brock reckons they need to heal Pikachu with Super Potion before it's too late. One, Pikachu is hurt but not poisoned, so time really isn't a factor here. And secondly, why Super Potion and not just a regular potion? Is 20 hit points not good enough?
First of all, it's 35, not 20 HP, mate. Second of all, I think that Brock is concerned that Pikachu will, well, won't be fine for a moment.
After Ash has a little cry, the Squirtle Squad agree to let him go into town to get potion for Pikachu, but if he's not back by noon the next day, they will dye Misty's hair purple. Oh, you better run then, Ash, because it's not like hair dye washes out. I mean, even the permanent hair dyes will grow out eventually as your hair grows. And I mean, this is an anime, so like, purple hair is just commonplace anyway. What's the big issue here? And yes, I know, in the original Japanese dub, they didn't threaten to dye Misty's hair, they threatened to execute her. But that just furthers my point. Purple hair, not so bad.
Okay, first of all, that's a joke that Squirtles are doing. Seriously, it's said in the episode, mate. I showed you a clip.
So, Misty, your hair isn't purple.
Nope, I'm still a redhead.
The Squirtle Squad was bluffing.
They play tricks, but they'd never change a girl's natural hair color.
Also, what? You literally actually know that's a dub change, but yet you did not notice the dub errors? What the
How is the only bridge into town this broken piece of crap? And how come they didn't cross this bridge earlier when they left town?
If anyone remember the Ash, Misty, and Brock at the stream doing fishing, mate? Yeah, this proved that they use a different bridge, or path, precise, to leave the town.
You know how much strength it takes to hold your own body weight up with a single hand? Let alone grabbing a rope and still managing to hold on whilst gravity tries to pull your body weight to Earth. Ash is basically Hercules at this point.
Yeah, and maybe Ash is descendant of Arceus, mate. Seriously. Oh, also, if anyone gonna ask, Sharath's, rampage for, a moment.
Dogs, ostriches.
The only bridge into town is now broken, meaning the only supply and trade route into this town is now cut off. That means this poor innocent town has gone from being pranked on by tiny turtles to literally being cut off from the outside world. What a rough day.
Liam, I think you're being a bit pedantic there. I'm sure this isn't the only route into town.
If it's not the only way into town, why wouldn't Ash take a safer route? His friends are in danger. He can't afford to make mistakes.
Liam, what the fuck? Seriously, you're not just pointing out and... Jesus.
Ash Ketchum is dead. Rest in peace, Ash.
If it is, then I should have the Death Lantern ring.
Hey, I thought Sharath would say that.
Yeah, but I want to say that too.
You know that he's expert on lantern rings, right? Meaning he knew all that. Could you call all the lantern ring colors?
There's the Omega Lantern.
We are not counting that as a lantern, Twilight.
What the hell is Goldine's problem with everyone? Is it in cahoots with the Squirtle Squad or something?
No, that goldfish is trying to help Ash to get the potion for Pikachu, you twit.
Apparently Ash had such a great fall, he fell right back to the 1800s.
Well, at least he got a right timeline with what he's talking about.
Hang on. Zoom in a bit. This sign literally just says beef. There's a beef shop next door to the Pokemart. There's literally a Tauros butcher next door to the Pokemart. That's like having a sushi bar next door to an aquarium.
But Liam, my favourite Pokemon website says that this sign says beer. Maybe the video you're watching on is low quality and therefore you're not seeing the image as clear as possible. I mean, there is a barrel outside the building after all.
Listen, I've zoomed in and I've looked and I've replayed this section like 1,000 times. It definitely says beef. And that barrel's just probably a barrel of discarded Tauros head.
Okay, first of all, what website is that guy is talking about? Seriously, what the earth? What the earth? Second of all, of course we had beef. You see the beef burger, mate? And thirdly, kiss my ass, Peter!
Hey, what the heck?
What? Peter always be the worst one, so I have to taunt them.
Yeah, but...
Butts are meant for sitting. Twilight, not talking.
Ash goes to enter the shop and gets smacked in the face by the door being opened by our good friend Gary
Oak,
who doesn't notice Ash and takes no further part in the episode.
Maybe Gary Oak already got another badge. And heading to next gym.
Hey, you're back.
Yeah, I am. I couldn't find him.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Team Rocket conveniently turn up at the same store as Ash at the same time, carrying what James calls ice guns, even though Jesse's holding a bazooka and James is holding an Uzi. Now, a bazooka that fires ice isn't too unbelievable in a kid's show, but a submachine gun that fires ice? How would that work? Does it rapid fire tiny icicles? Because that'd be deadly. And for all you gun aficionados who are currently telling me what does or doesn't classify as an Uzi, just know that I don't care. Guns are a part of your world, not a part of mine, and I intend to keep it that way. Also, you've got to love that mid-90s Western localization mindset of,
oh my, it seems that in this scene, Team Rocket are holding up the store with a bazooka. But children can't be exposed to this kind of violence, so what we'll do is we'll have them say it's an ice gun. That way, when a child finds a bazooka in real life, it won't think it's a bazooka, it will think it's an ice gun, and therefore won't use it to kill anybody. Because after all, what child wants to play with an ice gun?
Agreed. I mean, seriously, it should have a Nerf gun type of colors, right? Not a normal gun.
Jesse's ice gun fires out thousands of cherry blossom petals, but someone in the store still shouts, "It's snowing!" By the way, what's happening here is that Team Rocket are using what looks like a real bazooka to scare the townspeople into giving in to their demands, only to reveal that this is a trick bazooka that fires out these cherry blossom petals, revealing there was no actual danger and that the townspeople were tricked into giving over to these demands. But those of us who get the English dub weren't given this information, so those of us who were kids just had to accept that this ice gun fires out these pink petals with no explanation as to why.
Dude, maybe Jesse got the real missile and only used the fake one to warn them that they will fire the real one, right? I mean, seriously.
After Team Rocket make their escape, Ash runs into the store to get some super potion and is confronted by 4 adults wielding firearms. I always find it weird how many guns there are in this episode, which was perfectly fine to air, but a future episode that we'll get to got banned because one guy kept pointing his revolvers at people. I always find it funny how censorship when it comes to stuff aimed at a primarily young audience is weirdly inconsistent. Like a child would be condemned for saying the word shit out loud. However, Iron Man, their favorite superhero, and his daughter can say shit 4 times in a row in Endgame, and that's fine. I don't get it at all.
Censorship can be stupid, dude. Seriously.
Officer Jenny and Ash set out to find Pikachu and Team Rocket, and they come across the bridge that broke when Ash was crossing it, and Ash says absolutely nothing. Guilty conscience much? Imagine not even reporting it. I mean, to be fair, Officer Jenny didn't report it either. Like, she could have at least radioed someone to tell them about it.
Step on it, Jenny! I gotta get there by noon! Just hang on, Ash! A dead end.
So full transparency here, when Ash was originally released by the Squirtle Squad, I was going to question why he didn't just get out his other Pokemon and battle the Squirtle Squad and Meowth right there, because with Butterfree and Bulbasaur, he could have easily beaten the lot of them, add in Pidgeotto as well, he'd have been absolutely fine. But then I noticed he didn't have his backpack, so I figured, okay, maybe that's the explanation. If I make this point, someone in the comments is going to tell me, well, he didn't have his backpack, that had all his Pokemon in it probably, so that's why he had no Pokemon on him, so he couldn't battle the Squirtle Squad. But then it turns out he did have his Pokemon with him on his belt, like Charmander, so he could have battled the Squirtle Squad earlier and just didn't. So why not?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because Squirtle gives Ash a warning if he doesn't get Super Potion. Or else, I don't know, execute Misty? I mean, seriously, people can take the joke as serious, right? Seriously.
Let's also recognize that Ash caught Charmander after Bulbasaur, but Bulbasaur at this point hasn't been out of its Pokeball yet, so you can tell which one he was more excited about catching, can't you?
See, now you're just lying. Ash is using Charmander as a light source, as seen in this clip, right?
It's too dark to see in here. Hey, I know! Charmander, I choose you! Charmander, lead the way! Charmander!
Ash finds everybody outside the cave and comments that Misty's hair hasn't been dyed purple. Ash, mate, you do realise for noon the next day to happen, night has to happen first, right?
Dude! Dude! You realize that squirtles are lying that...
Sheriff, cool down. Cool down. I got this.
Thanks.
When did Meowth grab Pikachu? It was literally in Brock's arms seconds ago.
Well, maybe Meowth had scratched Brock's face off screen and took Pikachu off his arm. You know, like a cat do.
When everyone runs into the cave to take shelter from Team Rocket's bombs, we see the lead Squirtle stuck on its back and unable to get up. So Ash runs out and lies across the Squirtle so that it protects it from the bombs. He then tells it, "Save yourself, run away." I mean, it's stuck on its back and you're lying on top of it. Hardly going anywhere, is it?
I think Ash is telling the Squirtle with the triangle sunglasses to save himself by making him have some determination to do it. But since we do see the clip that you mentioned, it shows that it won't let Ash behind, mate.
Oh no, it's fine. Kinda makes you wonder why it didn't just get up in the first place. Like, it feels like Ash took 2 bomb blasts for no reason.
That's determination to save Ash. You know, what Sheriff just said a second ago.
Ash tells Squirtle to use Water Gun to pierce Team Rocket's balloon, which causes James to drop Pikachu towards the ground so Ash can catch it. But that's a really careless way of saving Pikachu's life. Like, imagine if Ash hadn't ran to catch Pikachu in time. Pikachu would have gone splat. And imagine if James had held on to Pikachu and the balloon had blown away, so Team Rocket get away with Pikachu.
Then the franchise would be over by that episode. Seriously, are you trying to do the Mattel or Cartoon Network idea? Because those two are idiots.
Team Rocket's bombs have caused all the trees to catch fire, so Ash asks the Squirtle Squad to use their water gun attacks to put the fire out. And Gym Leader Misty, with her Staryu, Starmie, and Goldeen in her party, just does nothing. Doesn't even offer to help. Ignorant bitch.
Why is that gonna come back to everything?
Because I have GERD. Maybe that's why.
What?
Uh-oh, here it comes. Keep my name out your title. No, off Evan.
The townspeople thank the Squirtle Squad for putting out the fire by appointing them the town firefighters, but that begs the question. Did the town not have firefighters before today? Or did the previous firefighters get sacked in favour of a group of Squirtles?
Yeah, except one thing. Pokemon and human can work together, mate. You forget that every games and films had those? Seriously. Also, Pokemon Detective Pikachu did have a clip that involves Squirtle help the firefighters, mate.
The lead Squirtle decides it wants to travel with Ash. Hang on, what kind of arsehole gets appointed town firefighter and then immediately leaves town? Talk about ungrateful.
The ungrateful number who trained to be stronger, mate. Seriously. You forget that Squirtle had a lot of water type moves, right? As for ice types.
We never actually see Ash catch Squirtle, but apparently it's his 6th Pokemon now, so I guess we'll just take Ash's word on it.
Yes! He does have that Squirtle in that Pokeball off screen, you minkwit. Jesus Christ.
So at the end of this episode, Ash Ketchum finally has all 3 Kanto starter Pokemon in his possession, and 10-year-old Liam watching back in 1999 can't wait to see them all fully evolved, especially Blastoise. That's his favourite. Let's hope the series doesn't let him down.
You know, if you tell your past self it's alright, that means you are telling a lie in the future. For your past self, right? Seriously, why you always lie? Seriously, Pokemon Journey came out, and we do see Ash Pokemon actually evolve with Charizard, you twit.